Welcome to another EBX discussion. And I thank those for coming in, soldiers and soldierettes, back to do what I do. And that's to keep me up and you. And I salute, to all the reachers and teachers. I always got to keep that spirit of unity, because that's what I do. And I get that from our great divine. And I honor my ancestors, always and forever. Honor thy mother, honor thy sister, and I honor thy brother. And may all of our families, anyone that we had transition in our families, may they rest in peace and in power. And everybody in our families, may we all prosper, and everything we touch turn to gold. And I'm calling down that protection. Haven't done it in a little while. I got to do this every now and then. From our great creator. Protection for ourselves and from ourselves. And why do I do this? So we don't become our own worst enemy. And let's master. Do everything with every fiber living being of our body to master our higher self. And this is becoming very important. I always put myself on the chopping block. It's nice to talk good and think good thoughts and be positive, but at some point it gets real. And that's why we have to master our higher self, because it gets real. And we all know it's real out here. And I know I ain't even got to, those we connected to, and like I say, those that that are struggling with your, mental, physical, spiritual, my condolences to you. And I hope that those that are struggling with the mental and any other thing in their lives they be struggling with, may the great creator come into your life and help you, and to get you, to make you stronger. If it's a struggle with yourself or those that you connected to, and center you back into a stable life where you can breathe life into yourself and others. And I just wanted to give that little love to those, because I always got to remember I've been there. I know what it's like to not know what your purpose is and be lost. It's a weird place to be. I always got a place in my heart for those like that. That's why I do things like this. I always turn negatives into positives. And we have to get involved, ladies and gentlemen. And this is something I beat myself up with, and the divine convicts me on. Have to get involved. Have to show that action. Have to get in there. Be an active soldier. It all starts in the mind. Speaking is good, because that's where everything begins. But if you got that strong desire within, that fire, and you just get tired of shit and you want things to get better, oh, trust me, that spirit will convict you, and it will drive you to mastering your higher self. Now, this could take a lifetime, because it takes a lot of practicing. It takes a lot of going up, a lot of downs, a lot of working on your insecurities that sometimes we don't know hitting in us. And, a lot of things you have to do, reading, researching, study yourself on a daily basis. Any aspect of our body, mind, and soul, we study it, negative or positive. Do whatever it takes to master oneself. Because things on the outside can't be, accountability can't be taken, things can't be done, things can't be taught until we beat those battles on the inside. We got to beat those battles on the inside, and the outside to be a breeze. And that divine would just that force would just put its arms around us and keep guiding us. And with that being said, on my banner here and my thumbnail, this is my son's school. Speaking of getting involved, because remember, folks, and I'm going to say this from time to time, the body always follows the mind. That's why it's very important to master your higher self. Because when you master your higher self, it leads to so many great things. Think of the brain as a tree with limbs. Once you once you master the grand central, which is our brain, the grand central of the whole body, everything else will fall into place. Because again, where the mind goes, the body goes. So if you do nothing else in this life, I don't care where you are, brother or sister, soldier, soldierette, reacher, teacher, always stay centered and always look for ways to master one's higher self. It is the gift that will keep on giving. And I see this more and more as I take this spiritual walk serious. I already take it serious, but now it's like I wear it like a cloak. You know what I'm saying? It's with me. It's with me every day. I'm meditating on it all the time. And that's what one has to do on a daily basis. Always look for solutions in every situation we come into. So, but again, like I said, on my thumbnail and on my banner here, that's my son's school. And I'll be volunteering, and I talked about this in past podcasts. I'll be volunteering there. I'm going to start out once a week because, I do work. And I'm going to do this. We can't, it comes a point where it's time to get up off our ass. And, this is not beating up on nobody now. I'm just speaking my truth and life experiences, because those that listen to me, that's how I teach, through life experiences. I never want to come off like I know everything, because I don't. And actually, learning is fun. I'd be bored if I didn't have enough to learn, because that's what keeps our mind stimulated. Remember, folks, the body follows the mind. So that's why it's so important to stay within our higher self. It's more than just talking. We have to do it if we want to see the blessings of our lives. And trust me, I am seeing that in not only in my life, also in others' lives, in my family's lives. That's one thing I can thank that great divine for. It's putting that strength and responsibility. And even though a lot of our families are not perfect, one thing I can say great about my family, all have done what we're supposed to do in this lifetime. As far as, I'm talking about the normal things like, taking care of the home and paying the bills and trying to be, as healthy as we can, just the basic things of life. Trying, as far as being a human being, and trying to be as right as we can possibly be. I could say that about, my family, even though we have had those that have transitioned, may they rest in peace and in power. That's why I always say that at the beginning of every podcast or video, because I never want one spirit to die. And, that's why I do that. But remember, always extract the great things from situations. Always go against that damn negative. That's what will lead us to doing healthy things and good things and positive things. Because being positive, I treat positivity like a drug. I gotta be positive. I have my negative days too, because I'm human. But I always override it with my positivity. If I, like, say for instance, like when I'm on the job, and if I have that little cranky moment, we had I call them little cranks. I call them the beginning of work cranks, or at the end of work cranks, because we get those, because we get anxiety sometimes, we get tired. But when you become self-aware, because it is the best education, you become aware of those things and you learn how to regulate it. So I'm saying that to say, sometimes when I get those little cranks, and people can feel the negative. If you do have any in you, people will feel it. So, but what I'll do is I'll come back with a joke or something, or say how you doing. And I never want to leave that negative taste in no one's mouth, so to speak. I try to stay as positive as I possibly can, because it's less stress. This is not easy. You have to practice, you have to try, you have to do it. You have to override them human flesh feelings. I always say the human flesh ain't shit. So don't listen to that flesh. Stay with the positive. There is benefits, but it's not an easy process. You have to do it, and to get to those results. And that's what it's all about, getting to results. So that's what I went to my son's school today. That's why I kind of said all that. That ties into, we had a meeting today, and we just discussed, me and another dad. Some fathers didn't show up, but You can't judge one another because you don't know, because this is a busy world and they probably have jobs, and so you don't want to judge no one. But as I told the sister that orchestrated the meeting, and I told her, well, maybe down through the weeks or the days, they'll probably gradually start coming, because I'm sure it's weighing on their spirit, because it weighed on mine. So, always got to keep the positive, put that good energy out there. That divine loves that. So we were in the meeting, and the gentleman I got a video of right here on YouTube, right here on my channel, his name is Mr. Henry. And if you want to, you can check it out. It's a small little clip, because I tried to record. He had more of a speech, but I didn't get it all, but I got part of it. Hopefully I can interview him and maybe talk to him. He's a really great guy, 84 years old. Don't even look 84. The man looked like he's 70. Probably could go for 67. But great guy, great speaker, and I think he's a former principal, and he does multiple things. Counseling. He's a very great guy, positive. And if you want to, he's right here on my channel. His name is Mr. Henry. And he says a few words if you want to check it out. I think it's only like a 6-7 minute little clip of him. And we're in the school on that video, and that was the Dad Day meeting that we had. So fast forward to today, which is October 7th, which is the divine, the number 7, because 7 is my number. I'm a 70s child. I'm born in July, So what happened today, ladies and gentlemen, was supposed to happen. It was divinely ordained for me to do what I'm about to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, today. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, I don't just be babbling. I don't just be talking. I come from experiences, like a lot of our powerful brothers and sisters out here. I can't be the only one that's experiencing these things. Seeing numbers, seeing repeating numbers. Who see repeating numbers? Today I experienced that. I think I seen 7 today. I say 2, but I think I saw it 3 times today. I'm telling you, today was ordained. And only way you will see this, ladies and gentlemen, is when you master your higher self, when you take your time to overstand yourself. And, it's more than just, I'm telling you, you have to, I'm going to put it to you like this. And this is what I've learned from teachers, before me. You have to overstand, you have to understand, and that's the only way you're going to outerstand. That's the best way I can put it. And when you know, you'll know. But I'm going to go back to this meeting that I went to today. And we had a nice discussion, me and one other dad and Mr. Henry and the sister that orchestrated all this meeting. And we're talking, and we just discussed how we can regulate kids in the hallways and, inner issues that they have, because some children have had, siblings pass, or some have had, mothers passed, and a lot of inner issues going on with some kids. And that's what we discussed. And we're trying to think of ways to get into their minds and see what's going on with them and see what makes them tick. And my son goes to this school, and my daughter, she's, like I say, I don't like that daughter. It's his sister, but she's my daughter also. And that's the school that they go to. And so I'm going to volunteer. I will be there every Friday. Like I said, gradually I'll go there more days as I get to know the school and get used to the new schedule, because this is what we call, brothers and sisters, stepping out of one's comfort zone. Because remember, the divine doesn't take too well to comfort. He wants us to take action. So even when we don't overstand, if we feel it, a righteous desire in our heart, just let it flow and do what that divine is convicting us to do. And what we got to lose when we're living righteous? You can't go wrong. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So I just wanted to talk about that. And this is a part of mastering one's higher self. It will lead to so many great things, brothers and sisters, young or old, those in the beginning. If you get a hinkling of something righteous within you, flow with it, take it, cultivate it, make it grow so it can help you evolve. And those that you are connected to, even if it's a hard fight to get get to that success state of mind, still chip away, don't give up. There's always That's what I say. You look at every situation at every angle. There's always a positive way. Always. The great creator, Mother Nature, and the universe didn't make all this for everything to be negative. He made positive. This force made positive for a reason. And there's more of a positive force out here if we really are connecting to that divine and can see it. And it's positive in our brothers and sisters, our reachers and teachers, those that we are connected to, even those that seem to have issues before us. Dig in there, ladies and gentlemen. Get in there. Get to the pit of that soul, just like a lot of us did. And let's help our brothers and sisters that's struggling with their mental, so it can lead to their health and their physical, and they think better thoughts. Because you got good thoughts, you have a good, strong, healthy body. And like I say, I'm always working on myself too. Can't teach peace if we don't harbor peace. Because the brain is the grand central. The grand central, like I said, it's like a tree and has tree limbs that lead to many areas of our body. And that's why it's so important to master our higher self. The body always follows the mind. So I say again, my soldiers and soldierettes, salute. Let's get involved. We can do this. I said this on the recent podcast, The Spirit of Shaka Zulu, which I will be coming out with part 2. The other one was part 1, because I got to do some more research. And I know there's probably documentaries that people already know, but I just want to I want it to be on my platform. I had to have Shaka Zulu on my platform, because I've got to study him and learn more about his life. And I will be back with part 2. And like I say, let's get involved, brothers and sisters. I don't care what it look like. The divine has all of us in certain positions for a reason. I will always stick to that, because that divine has us, like I said, we're here to reach and teach, and so we can help those that's coming behind us. Because this generation, as Mr. Henry said today in that meeting, he said he didn't even want to say it. He is almost glad that he didn't grow up in this time, because I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, this is more than talking. It is going to be I don't even want to say challenging. It's going to be challenging, but I'm telling you, folks, it's going to be very, very hard for in some areas of their lives. It's going to be hard for this next generation. That's why I'm getting involved. I'm going to start my part. And remember, don't focus on the small. We work one person at a time. Brothers and sisters, we got to be that pebble in that pond and make that ripple flow. And like I say, I will do whatever I can. Like I say in my bio, whatever I can do, I will do for my people, whatever it takes. Whether it's a positive thought, music. But now I'm stepping down on ground. Now I'm going out into the community. Now it's finna get real. This is where it's getting serious. This is where I'm backing up what I'm saying. And it's a beautiful thing. And I want to thank the reachers and teachers that I have learned from. And a lot of you, I still support you. No matter what, I still support. Because we have to look at the bigger picture. It's so important. That's why you always hear me speak of going above and beyond. You always hear me showing or see me uploading podcasts of me showing the outer verse, the universe. The universe, because that's where one mind is, folks. And I'm aware, like a lot of us are, aware of everything that's going on. But you got to learn what to burn your energy on and what not to burn your energy on. And definitely don't burn your energy on distractions. Stick with our brothers and sisters so we can become the soldiers that we are. Because we all have that power in us. So let's manifest it and stop bullshitting. And that's real talk. And that's my real thought. That's my positive thought. And I will keep you updated on how I'm doing, because I'm finna get in there with the youth, y'all. I'm finna get in there. I'm finna get in there. I'm finna do what I have been having in my spirit for a long, long time, as well as a lot of our brothers and sisters. And salute to those that are out there on the ground getting it in. I salute you. And I know it's not easy sometimes, but the divine has us in these positions for reasons. So never get that, my brothers and sisters. And I honor my children. I honor my family. And I honor thy reacher. I honor thy teacher. I honor thy brother. I honor thy sister. Mom, dad. And I honor my children's mothers. Brothers and sisters all over the world, may you have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now. And keep on manifesting it and keep practicing on mastering your higher self. Remember, you'll hear me say this from time to time. The body always follows the mind. And let's stop playing and get involved. Real talk. Have a great, strong one.